What is up, Jabronis? JJ back here with the golf crew. Uncle T, Kurt, Snyder. Uncle T15, is this like a new thing?
Just trying to get a couple more viewers, couple more subscribers, couple more followers, whatever it is, for our little contest we got going on.
Love it. And Kurt, you're well dressed for this episode. We talk back to the whole button. I mean, are you suffocating right now? It looks a little tight around the neck. Everything all right over there?
Plenty of room. I gotta buy bigger shirts because I'm kind of broad in the shoulders, so therefore, like, kind of leaves a lot of breathing room in the neck when you're broad-shouldered like me.
Well, let me ask you this: what size shirt is that?
Don't ask, okay? Fuck off. You know what? Fuck off.
It's a men's medium.
Shit, buddy.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a medium.
Fair enough. Speaking of folks wearing big outfits these days, Mitch Snyder. How are we? And Uncle T, I don't know if you discovered this from last week, but Snyder is a lean 145 pounds for this trip.
I've been impressed with Snyder's workout regimen last couple months. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about his workout stuff. Now, when he comes in here in a couple weeks and he shits the bed out on the slab and whatever else, then I'll give him shit. But until then, I actually appreciate what he's done so far to get himself into shape for this party.
Yeah, it's extremely impressive. And Snyder obviously has high expectations of himself coming into this party. So I'm interested to see how it all plays out. But Snyder, how was your week last week? And what are you looking forward to this week?
It was a pretty good week last week. We hit some plays. Almost hit a big long shot on Eric Cole at like 125 to 1. I think I had him at. It was a close call, but looking forward to finding some winners here this week. Let's get a little better this week and find that winner, and hopefully we can take down some. There's some really good prize pools this week too for this elevated event.
Love it. And the Snyder Soldiers was once again a banger. By the way, Snyder, that thing is getting more and more retweets each week. It's like we're gaining steam, as some might call it. So keep up the good work there.
Day by day.
Uncle T, it's good to have you back, my future partner on the slab in a few weeks.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Wait,
good to be back, Uncle.
Is it me and AP?
It's not your turn, Kurt.
Wait, no, really though, is it?
I don't even know.
It might be.
Maybe Snyder AP, was that the teams?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I scooped up that. I think I only got 100 on it though with you two.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Sorry, continue.
Well, I don't know if Dunkel was coherent or not, but he was giving out 10.5 points that one night, and I snatched that for just 100 early.
Yeah, Uncle T, for the record, we are taping here. Uncle T, for the record, did not give 10.5 in that segment, just so you know.
I have concerns on how them two are going to score at all. So I just feel like
valid point.
I just feel like we can have an off game, and it would like the worst. Like, to me, the worst case scenario is like a 21-12, like worst case scenario.
I'm just trying to figure out. We got a game. I'm not sure who I want Dunkel to guard, though, is the thing. I don't know if I want him to start on. Want you to start on Snyder, and then maybe, after we get up, 10 or 12, maybe I'll throw you over onto AP, and then I'll finish it on out guarding Snyder. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't think I can throw the ball in the ocean right now. I'm so bad.
Yeah. You sandbag it.
There we go. Yeah, he's been shooting 3,000 shots a day, Uncle T.
Yeah. The last time I shot one was the last time you guys were in, so.
I went and played the other day, and I had the first 7 points.
Kurt, it's not your segment.
I'm just gonna go fuck myself. You know what? Later.
He was asking me how my week went last week, Kurt. Just wait your turn.
I hope Kurt has dark horse in him, and he comes out for blood. That's what I hope.
No, on the full court though, like, I will be a problem. Like, I'm sorry. I will be more of a problem on the full court for sure.
I'm out on the full court thing.
I love it. I will be a problem.
It'll be fun.
Don't let me go coast to coast. Needless to say, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So looking forward to that. Mangone, much love. Hope your week's been good. Jason as well. Appreciate you. So I guess without further ado, we can go into the.
How long are you gonna be out there this time, Dunkel? Are you gonna make it for more than one day this year?
Pew pew pew.
I'll be making fun of my partner.
Yeah, I am expecting 4 days, 3 nights at a minimum.
You love to see it.
So I'll either be arriving Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and staying likely till Saturday. So buckle up.
Love to see it.
Before we get started, I'd like to wish Dunkel a happy 40th birthday, buddy. He looked great. Hope you had a good day.
Thank you. Much appreciated. But yeah, I have a race to beat Kurt in. I have a push-up contest to attempt to beat Snyder in. And then I have to hand out some L's on the court. So it should be a fun weekend for Dunkel, I think. But time will tell.
You know what's messed up? My calluses are still there, but we made huge progress today. I went out and got 3 different treatments, so I have 2 weeks to fully get it better. Yeah, so I might have a clean foot for the race. That's lethal, Dunkel.
What are we doing, Dunkel? Like most push-ups in 10 minutes or something?
I guess we'll have to figure out what that looks like. But it'll be interesting. I didn't realize you were that lean. So it will be interesting. Needless to say, it'll be exciting. So let's get right into it. What's up, Steve? The best part of this show, and I know we end up only going downhill after this, but Snyder's course preview, Arnold Palmer Invitational. Tell us where it is and give us the rundown.
Yes, sir. We're back at another elevated event here this week. We got all the big names in the field here. 44 of the top 50 are going to be teeing it up here at Bay Hill this weekend. 120 golfers teed up. Top 65 in ties will make the weekend. So we're going to see a little higher 6-6 rate here. The track is a par 72 measuring 7,460 yards with the larger than average greens here, 7,500 square feet. These Bermuda grass greens are going to be rolling at around 12 to 13 on the centimeter this week. 84 bunkers going to litter the property with 9 holes having water in play here. So plenty of spots to dunk a couple of balls here. Many dog legs will be presented here as golfers who hit the ball right to left set up the best here on this second shot track. The winds are going to be something to closely monitor as we approach tee times here Thursday morning. It looks like there's going to be possibly a PM AM wave, but I also think there could be some validity for some AM guys as well. So stay tuned to the Discord for that. The rough here is going to be pretty long, right around 3 to 3.5 inches long. It's going to be pretty thick. It could be around 4 inches by the weekend as it grows out there. The fairways here are pretty wide, though, at 30 yards. So it's not going to be too tough to hit these fairways, but you need to find these fairways for sure, I think. The majority of the approach shots are going to be coming in around 200-plus yards this week. 3 of the par 5s are going to play over 555 yards. And this track has some of the toughest par 3s on tour, with all of them having a birdie rate under 11%. And this event has ranked inside the top 10 toughest courses the last 4 years, and I expect the cut line to once again be over par here, like it has been the last 6 years. It looks like we need to, like I said, pay attention to winds, mainly stay tuned for Discord for that. I think the winning score is going to be around -5 to -8. Some other key stats I'll be looking at this week: strokes gained approach, proximity 200 plus, scrambling, bogey avoidance, par 3s 200 to 225, and opportunities gained.
Awesome stuff as always, Snyder. And I'll say this, especially in relation to last week, this field looks loaded. Looks like a nice, strong field overall, and should make it fun. It's always nice when you see guys like, Woodland at 80 to 1 and Sam Burns 65, Spieth up there 50 to 1. A lot of decent names down the board. And of course we got John Ram and McIlroy, both at the top again, and Scotty the Kid up there. Kurt, I'll start with you for DFS because we normally end up you in the middle. So this time we'll actually start with you. DFS. Who do we like at the top? Who do we like at the bottom?
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys up top. You can make a case for any of them. So I want to give a little bit of a mid-tier range. I'm going to go Sam Burns. Solid in the wind. He's actually cheap this week. Kind of like how Lowry was priced at the Genesis when he was like 7,800 or 70. He was super low, but I'm kind of viewing him as Burns the same type of play. He's good at these hard courses, and they don't call him Bermuda Burns for no reason. So give me Sam Burns, 8,100.
Cool. Who do you like a little more down the board?
Value, I'm going Aaron Wise. I played him at Honda because he's good on tough tracks. Didn't get the result I wanted, but everything's the same here. He's still good on tough courses. He made the cut for us last week, even the shitty field. I wanted more, but we'll take it. Now he's 7,200. Won't hurt us as much if he kind of does the bare minimum almost, with a chance of some upside there. Also not as bad in the wind. So Aaron Wise, 7,200.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Uncle T, how about you on the DFS? And who do you like at the top, and who do you like maybe mid-tier bottom?
Yeah, I like the Sam Burns call with Kurt, but I'm going to go up top. Working through some of these top guys, working through the PM AM situation and how we want to attack that. I'm kind of coming out landing on Justin Thomas. I realize he's in the AM stack, but if you look at who he's around above him and below him, he's going to come in by far, in my opinion, the lowest owned. And he hasn't, been great lately for him, but he still finished T4 in Phoenix and then, had a T20 at the Genesis. Obviously not fully on board with, lock and load for Justin Thomas as far as what we're used to, but I like Justin Thomas up there. I'm going to give you a bonus one too here down the middle. Keith Mitchell, I like quite a bit as well at 8,000 on DFS. I'm going to have quite a bit of him. He could make my core play. I'll have my core plays up right after the show. But I really like Keith Mitchell here as well. Long off the tee, has good course history. And, I'm targeting guys that either have the history or good win players and guys that just grind this week. So give me Keith Mitchell there in the middle.
Love it. And Snyder, we got a decent amount of folks in the chat like Mangone wondering where is the drilling? Some of us want some drilling upstairs. I guess before you go into your DFS plays, give us an update on the kitchen. Was the sink completed, the new sink completed, or whatever else was going on upstairs?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much done for the most part. So that's a good thing there. And for DFS here this week, I'm once again going to go with my guy, Scotty the Kid, up near the top. He's going to be squeezed again, it looks like. Rory's going to be about 25%. John Rahm's going to be about 20 to 25% as well. And then Scotty's going to be right there around 15%, I think. So I really like Scotty the Kid up top. He's already defended one title this year, and I think he's going to defend another one here. So I like him. Great course history here. He plays very well in all conditions. I'm not worried about him at all in the wind or anything. I love the ownership discount I'm getting on him up top. And then for a value play, I'm gonna go with a guy I very, very rarely ever click in Tommy Flushwood, Mr. Fleetwood, 7,500. He's got really good course history here. He plays very well in these windy, firm, fast conditions like he does overseas and such. So I like Tommy Fleetwood for ones as a value play.
Love it, and glad to hear the kitchen sink and the whole upstairs kitchen was completed renovation wise. You guys notice how we just skipped through that question very quickly and right into the DFS plays? It's just what a professional. What a professional. So Snyder, we'll stick with you for your outright. Who I know you mentioned Scotty before, but who do you like to win this tournament?
Yeah, I'm going to take a numbers play here in Justin Thomas. I really like his number this week. I was surprised to see him right around 30-1 at some spots. So I really like that number here. He generally doesn't play that much here in Florida. I know he's from this area, but he hasn't really played this event much. Hasn't played here in the last 5 years, but did actually win the pro member at Seminole on Monday near here. So I really like Justin Thomas at that number. I think he's got a huge upside for that 30-1 and should be in that 20s range. And that's who I'm going with for my top outright.
Good stuff. And Uncle T, you like yourself some Justin Thomas as well. Also, by the way, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mangone. Appreciate you guys. Uncle T, you got the blurred background, so you're just kind of like coming in and out. But was that an outright on Justin Thomas? You're muted.
Rough scene.
Oh, this is tough. He's still muted.
Oh boy.
Does he know he's muted?
Oh boy.
Hold on. I didn't want to interrupt Snyder's segment. But yeah, I went over to the local sports book last night, got me an outright on JT. But my outright that I'm giving for the show here, Sammy Burns, 50-1. I got him at last night. And Burnsy, I don't know. I just feel like, the price is right. He's off of a rare miscut for him at Riviera. He had a T9 here last year. I just think for the price, I actually like him in DFS quite a bit as well. But 50-1 is just way too long odds here for a quality golfer like Sammy Burns. So give me him as my guy up top.
Love it. And for those wondering, if you wanted to get him, Burns is 65-1 right now on DK. So I mean, yeah, if you want to dabble in that water.
Man, that's good. It's a tough field, but
That's a thick price. And as for Magnani, yeah, birthday and hanging with us, brutal. Look, trust me, this is better than the alternative. All right, so Kurt, last but not least on your outright, who do you like?
Oof. Outright going Will Zalatoris. The back looks fine. My shoulder's fine, coach. Shout out We Are Marshall, go Herd. Yeah, the back looks good. Long irons type of course, difficult conditions, all that bullshit. Give me Willie Z, and I'll see what we can do, baby. 22-1 on DK was the odds right before I came on the show.
Yeah, they're still good. I'll say this. It does feel like he's ready to pop. I felt he was competitive almost every tournament last year. And definitely makes sense for him to kind of pop out of nowhere. On your end, for the long shot, Kurt, who do you like?
Long shot going super, super long. And I know this type of field you don't really want to do this, but I'm going a guy who really just can't fucking putt. But everything else is really almost at the par with some of the really good golfers. Luke List, 250-1, plays hard courses well, plays in the weather well. Maybe he sold his soul to the devil for like 3 good days of putting out of 4 here, and we got a shot, 250-1, Luke List.
Good stuff. Uncle T, your long shot, who is it?
Yeah, I like Fleetwood at 70-1, but I think you guys are going to make fun of me if that's not too long of a long shot. So I'm going to go down
here,
the board
not here.
No, 50 or greater, Uncle T. That's fine.
Especially here.
All right. Well, I'll go with Fleetwood then. I had another one teed up because I thought I was going to get made fun of, but no, I'll go with Fleetwood then. 70-1. Great history here, good win player, and again, he's one of these guys that I think grinds on these tougher courses. 2 top 10s the last 5 trips here. So yeah, give me Tommy Fleetwood 70-1.
Now, Snyder, Video Games is asking about Morikawa. I'm surprised that we're this deep into the show and we haven't heard you say anything about your boo. What's going on? What's going on there? Why are we anti Morikawa this week?
I'll have some of him probably around the field, 15 to 20%, but just don't really trust him in windy conditions like this. I mean, I don't think he's the best wind player, so I'll probably be just with the field on him this week. I don't love him. He won't be a core play or on my main team, but I'll have exposure.
Okay, fair enough. And how about your long shot?
I'm going to go with a guy who's already dropped. I got him earlier the week at 75-1. He's down to 65-1. Keegan Bradley is a guy I like this week to bounce back. Great course history here. He was also a soldier this week, so I'm rolling with Keegan. He's played well in a couple events this year already. A second at the Farmers, 20th at Phoenix. Did miss a cut at the Genesis, but this is a completely different setup. And he's finished inside the top 11 his last 2 trips here. So I like Keegan as my long shot. 65-1 now at FanDuel is the best.
Love it. Nice and a little different there. And Uncle T, look at that. You give a 70 and he gave a 65. Well, we're not making fun of nobody on this show.
All right.
Snyder, your T20. Who do you like this week?
I'm gonna go with Sam Burns here. That plus 200 I think is a little too egregious on him here in this field. I really like the 2-1 you get on him. Bermuda Burns, like Kurt was saying, I know Uncle T mentioned him too. I like him. I like him to really finish top 20 here. He played this Florida swing very well last year. Won the Valspar, was T9 here, and then had a decent finish at the Players as well. So he played these Florida tracks well last year. So I like him at the T20 here at 2-1.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Uncle T. How about you?
Yeah, my T20 this week, I actually bet it again last night. He was plus 260 last night. I didn't check to see if the line moved on him, but I'm riding a hot hand here, Dunkel, with Chris Kirk. I realize he's coming off the win last week, but he's had also a couple top 3s in his last 5 as well. So I like him. He finished T5 and T8 here the last couple of years. He's also got a T15 and a T13. So really just riding the hot hand and plus 260. Again, it just feels like I like the Burns call that Snyder had there, plus 200, but plus 260 here for Kirky, I think is just way too long. Good value there.
I like that.
Good stuff. And Kurt, how about you? Last but not least for T20.
I went a long shot here for this one too. I haven't in a while, and we've been winning them, but I said fuck it. And I'm going to go a long shot. I'm going my boy Justin Suh. Got 40th in the last elevated event. He got 5th in the shitty field. The ball striking is just, I mean, it's insane right now over the past couple of weeks. Plays these tough courses well. can make a putt if he needs to. Give me Justin Sutt plus 500 bomb to T20.
Awesome stuff. We'll stick with you, Kurt, for matchups. Who's somebody you're either back and fading or maybe one specific matchup that you like?
Yeah, so this was an interesting here. I got Siwoo Kim plus 110 over Power on FanDuel, and here's why. I play Power at like Birdie Fest, and I don't like him in tough conditions. I don't like Power on tough courses. I don't even really like Power in tough fields, to be honest with you. So Siwoo, awful last time out. Before that, 3 top 25s in a row. One was an elevated event. I think it was waste. The putting actually wasn't the reason why he sucked so bad. It was randomly. He lost like a stroke and a half on approach when he did terrible last event, which is not really like him. So I do think that putter with that broomstick putter is still working. Siwoo Kim plus 110 over Seamus Power.
Good
You
enough.
have to slide in there.
You like Power? You big
I like
Power
Power
guy?
too.
I think he's solid. I mean, he's been under the radar, top 25 in his last 4 events. The
Was it
game
a course like this though?
and Siwoo's missed a cut here for the last 5 years. This isn't a Pete Dye
What's
trap
Power
where
done
Siwoo
here?
plays well. What?
What's Power done here?
He's only played here once.
I was actually really just curious.
Uncle T, how about you? Who's your matchup?
I actually did 2 units on that shit too. Fuck you guys.
It could happen.
Eat my dick.
You got to do that now, Kurt, just to troll us both.
No, I've already done it. What's done is done.
Go ahead and add another unit.
I'll add 5.
There you go. No, Dunkel, the one I want to get a bet with you if I could. You know, I sent Dunkel $100 via Venmo. I want the Rory Rahm matchup again, and I think Snyder wants a piece too. So, are you going to give us the Rory over Rahm matchup between us 3?
What's the price now?
I see Rory -1 or Rahm -120, Rory plus 100 right now, which is basically what it was a couple weeks ago.
Interesting. Are you both want to go to that well?
I'm not above it.
I mean, being arm in arm with Snyder is always a good thing, right? It's never a bad thing.
I am. If you're both going to be arm in arm, I am happy to fade you both again and go with my boy John Ram.
Let's go. You in, Snyder?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, we're in. But
So-
my pick, my matchup for the show, Dunk, I'm going right back to the well on one of my top DFS plays. I'm going with Killa Keith Mitchell -115 over Tommy Kim. And this is more just strictly a, Burnsy's been playing pretty good. Kim is off of a T45 and T50. Burns got great course history here. Tommy Kim hasn't played here at all. So I think this is a tough track to play for the first time. You're going to have wind. You're going to have, some situations come up on this course. It's a tough one. If it's not the toughest, it's one of the top 3 toughest courses they'll play all year long. It'll play like a U.S. Open. So I really like Keith Mitchell here, only -115 over Tom Kim.
Here's I'm so glad I can bring this up with you because I've been thinking about it. So Tyrrell Hatton plays this place amazing, right? Am I crazy for thinking Tom Kim is a good comp for Tyrrell Hatton? Is that just am I an idiot for thinking that?
I mean, I think it's just, I'll let Snyder get in, but I mean, it's just probably too early to. You mean like they're the similar type of a golfer to play this type of a course? Is that what your question is?
They're not long. They're good putters. They just get shit done.
I mean, it could be, but again, look at what Hatton did early in his career here. He didn't really play very well.
Yeah, no. My question is not about the pick, more so about. I kind of think they're similar players. So I think eventually Tom Kim might be able to do something.
I think all 4 of us here on this panel love Tommy Kim. Dunkel may not really remember who he is, but us three of us know who Tommy Kim is. So yeah, there's going to be weeks this year where we love Tom Kim. I just don't like him this week in the matchup with our boy Mitchell.
No, I agree. I just for some reason all week I've been thinking about Hatton's kind of similar to Tom Kim.
Well, the only drawback you ever have with Mitchell is he's got that damn bad visor that he wears. That just
it's so bad.
If it wasn't for that, I'd probably put an extra unit on him, Kurt.
I'm down with that. How about you for a matchup?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a guy I almost took a top 20. Ended up being Uncle T's top 20. I like Chris Kirky this week.
Yeah,
he did come off that win last week, but he didn't have any time to celebrate it, really. He was back at that Seminole Pro member Monday morning right after winning that. Played well. I mean, he plays his forward swing just absolutely lights out. So I really like Chris Kirky here going right back to him. He's playing just absolutely phenomenal this year outside of the Waste Management Open, which is a different type of event with it being such a party type theme event. I'll give him the pass on the miscut here, but he's been top 3 in three of his other 4 events this year. So I really like Chris Kirky here in Florida. Minus 120 over Tom Hoagie.
Oh, okay. Well, good. And on your end, Snyder, final notes from you. Obviously, Snyder's Soldiers. Maybe talk about what's going on maybe with some showdown stuff as well. But overall, what's going on in Snyder's world?
Yeah, go hit up the Soldiers. They're posted on my Twitter account there at Snyder210. But this could be one of the biggest advantages we've had all week with a possible weather advantage. And there's no better place to go than to SaberSim, which has all the tee times right on the SaberSim. It's got the tee times. It's got the salary, especially for showdown. It's got the live leaderboard and then the tee times and everything. So I think that's a huge advantage for anybody using SaberSim. So use that promo code Snyder15. It'll get you 15% off, and it includes SaberSim. So head on over to Rumpier and use that promo code. We're going to have showdown shows for every event. I got the round 1 showdown playbook up already. Got the main slate playbook, the cash chart, the core plays are going up. So we're going to have a loaded field here. Great tournament here leading into the Players next week, which is going to be another just a huge event.
Love it all around. Love it all around. Keep smashing, Snyder. Uncle T, on your end, final notes, anything going on in the personal life, anything you'd like to just address with the class before we go?
Yeah, before I get to that, John is saying, what about Billy Florida Swing Ho? I don't like Billy Ho this week. He plays good there. He's in the good wave. I mean, he's fine. He's going to be really low owned if you wanted to take a shot at him. He played good here last year, but I think he was coming in and playing a lot different. But his numbers, odds-wise, for Vegas just keep going backwards. So I'm not going to play him, but I wouldn't fault you for trying to play that narrative that he, good in Florida, but it's just not for me this week. But
the numbers
final notes final notes, Dunkel. No, just, today turned the calendar to March. March and April are my 2 favorite months. You got golf with the Players, and then, leading into a couple weeks with the Masters, and then, you got baseball starting here in a month or so. So it's, it's a good time to join Rumpier Sports. We got, like Snyder always says, all sports, one price. And, we're going to be wall-to-wall coverage, once baseball starts every day. And again, just a good time for sports. And next couple of weeks of golf are going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to the API though this week.
Love it. Love it. And Kurt, for you, final notes, anything that's going on in the personal life? We are interested in that data. So, but regardless, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay celibate until the party for lifting purposes. I feel like I lift a lot better when I'm celibate. So I got that going on. And then a lot of some news in the golf world. We're going to have some more no-cut events next year. Not really happy about that, especially the way I play. But there'll still be some no-cuts, and I think that it's better for the good players in the long run, get more money. So good for them. But it's kind of sad for me. But I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for these next couple of weeks. I think this is going to be the best golf year until 2024, and it all goes downhill.
It's almost like with him talking, like it's almost like he's getting bleeped out. Like every other word seems to be like getting missed. Needless to say, thank you everybody for joining in the chat. Look, before we go, Jason's got an interesting question. Who would be your wingman, Kurt, or do you not need one?
I definitely need one. Jason, you'd be my wingman, but since you're not going to be there, if I had to pick a wingman.
Oh, I know who you're going to get.
Dunkel, I feel like you'd be a great wingman.
No, you're ditching your boy Stevie Boynton?
Stevie would be the best to drink. Oh, damn, he would be good too. Damn it.
He watches the show too. I just thought that's why I mentioned it.
I do feel very confident. It's been a while since I've been.
You know what? I feel like Stevie would try to steal him for himself though, low key. So I feel like Dunkel would really try to give me the oop. Stevie would try to fuck him.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I definitely know guy code, so yeah, it would definitely not be swiping anybody off of you. But yes, looking forward to that potential, I guess. What's up, Yeezy? So Magnani awards the MVP of the show weekly, and he gave you the award this week, Kurt.
Yeah,
so congrats.
What about it?
Congrats on that. But yes, folks, only a few short weeks away from us all being together, so you'd love to see it. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you for obviously keeping the live chat banter live. or actionable, if you will. Gamble responsibly, stay safe. As always, run pure, and we'll catch you guys next week.